I hope you're still hungry because I'm gonna continue feeding you the next info. Chapter 5, Identifying Types of Violent Crimes. In this part, not all crimes are the same, of course. Some involve physical attacks on people, and some involve damage or misuse of people's property. Some crimes are committed by people acting alone, and some require a coordinated effort by organized crime groups. Many crimes these days involve drugs, and others are designed to evoke terror. In this part, I describe all these types of crimes and more. Ever since Cain snuck up behind his brother Abel, violence has been a part of the human condition. This fact is not exactly a source of pride, but you can't deny it. Any more than you can deny the fact that as a human, you and I experience anger, jealousy, acne, and bad breath. No human character trait has caused more misery and grief than mankind's propensity for violence. In this chapter, I show you how violence manifests itself in criminal activity, and I walk you through the most common cause of that violence. Identifying types of crime. When one person physically harms another, that person's violent conduct is generally, but not always, punished as crime. Through laws enacted by state legislators and Congress, society uses the following criteria to rank the seriousness of violent crimes: the type of violence, the severity of the violence, the harm of the violence caused, whether the offender intended to cause harm. In the following sections, I offer an overview of various types of violent crimes, including what each crime entails, with who's most likely to commit each crime, and how severe the punishment for each crime is. Take a little break and we'll go and come back to that. Defining homicide. The most serious type of violent crime is homicide. Homicide. Which is the killing of one human being by another. But not all homicides are equal. There is a big difference, for example, between capital murder and assisted suicide. Here, I explain the labels that the law uses to characterize homicides. And I note that the circumstances in which each label is applied. Remember, homicide tends to be a young man's crime. Over the last 30 years, persons between the ages of 18 and 24 have been much more likely to commit homicide than any other age group, and men are about 10 times more likely than women to commit homicide. All right, are you ready? Because we're going to dive right into murder. Can you take that? Okay. Murder. Murder is a type of homicide that most states once defined as the killing of another human being with malice aforethought. Because that's such a tough phrase to crack, many states have nixed it from their laws. Hence murder is now more commonly defined as the intentional killing of another human being. Some states require proof of premeditation or deliberation to convict someone for murder. Premeditation means that the killer not only intended to kill the victim, but also made a cool-headed, thoughtful decision to do so. A typical sentence of murder may be anywhere from 20 years to life in prison. Although the word murder is more specific than homicide, it often isn't specific enough for today's criminal justice systems. Thus, you hear them terms like first-degree murder and capital murder. Keep reading to find out how the law distinguishes between the difference of the type of murder. Do you want to know more? I could read you tomorrow. First and second-degree murder, felony murder, capital murder, manslaughter, negligent homicide assisting a suicide. Maybe that was just a little too mucho for you. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow.